Let me hit you with something simple, but powerful. Everyone you admire, the millionaire, the best-selling author, the CEO, the creator, the leader, they've got the exact same 24 hours you do. They don't get extra time. They just use it differently. See, most people think they've got a time problem. But they don't. What they really have is a priority problem. Success doesn't just happen. It's not a random jackpot. It's built, hour by hour, choice by choice. So here's the question I want you to seriously ask yourself. What am I doing with my 24? Because while some are scrolling, others are building. While some are hoping, others are planning. And while some are just trying to survive the day, the successful are designing their life. This isn't about hustle porn. It's about wisdom, the little shifts that turn regular days into massive results. So if you're tired of feeling behind, tired of excuses, and ready to take control of your time, your focus, your future, stick with me, because what you learn in this video might flip the way you live, starting today. Let's get into it. Success starts the night before. Most people think a productive day begins with their morning alarm. It doesn't. It starts the night before, in the quiet hours, when no one's watching. See, most people live reactively. They roll out of bed, check their phone, get hit with notifications, and stumble into their day already off balance. But hoping for a good day? That's not a strategy. Excellence doesn't come from randomness. The successful, they do something different. Before they go to sleep, they're already planning tomorrow. Because a day well lived begins with a plan. I used to think I could wing it. Wake up, pour coffee, and figure it out as I go. But here's what I learned the hard way. If you don't run your day runs you. And trust me, it usually doesn't run in your favor. Here's a rule I live by now. Don't start your day until you've finished it. Take 10 minutes at night. Just 10. Write down your top priorities for tomorrow. Who do you need to talk to? What do you need to finish? And more importantly, why does it matter? Because if you're not clear on the why, you'll just stay busy, not productive. Let me ask you this. When's the last time you ended the day with intention? Not Netflix. Not mindless scrolling. I mean real intention. Discipline. Direction. Successful people use the night to set the tone for the morning. They get their head right. They get their vision aligned. They prep mentally, physically, and emotionally. You want a different life? Then start preparing differently. If you prep like the average person, you'll live like them. But if you prep like the successful, every single night, you become successful. So tonight, don't just crash. Lay out your clothes. Review your day. List your top 3 for tomorrow. Visualize who you'll be when the sun comes up. Because success doesn't happen in the noise of the morning. It's built in the quiet of the night, when you decide who you'll be tomorrow. The day belongs to the person who prepares for it. And preparation always starts the night before. Mornings aren't just important. They're everything. You've heard it before, the early bird gets the worm. But it's more than that. The early bird gets the edge. How you start your morning often sets the tone for how you live your life. Most people start the day late, rushed, already behind. But successful people, they treat the morning like a sacred window. It's their moment to lead, not react. To build momentum, not chaos. Every morning, you've got 2 options. Wake up with intention. Or wake up reacting to other people's noise. I used to just try to survive the morning. Hit snooze, check my phone, rush out the door. But then I realized, that first hour, that's not something to survive. It's the most powerful hour of the day. Let me ask you something. Do you wake up on purpose? Or do you just wake up by default? Because the way you handle your morning is the same way you'll handle your goals. Your business. Your relationships. Your life. And the successful. They own that first hour. They wake up early. They journal. They move their body. They review their goals. They get quiet before the world gets loud. They don't start with the world's voice. They start with their own. Now you might be thinking, I'm not a morning person. Guess what? Neither was I. But success doesn't care if you're a morning person. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like it. And mornings are the perfect time to practice that. That first hour. That's where confidence is built. Where clarity is sharpened. Where you remind yourself, I'm in charge today. You don't have to wake up at 4 a.m. But you do need to wake up with purpose, before the world hijacks your time. So here's your challenge. Start tomorrow different. No phone. No noise. Just you, your plan, and your commitment to lead your own life. Because if you win the morning, you win the day. And if you win the day, you start winning at life. Let's talk about a trap that almost everyone falls into. Being busy instead of being effective. Just because your calendar is packed doesn't mean you're progressing. In fact, I know people who are always in motion, running, replying, checking boxes, but getting nowhere. Why? Because they've confused movement with achievement. Let me give you something worth writing down. Don't major in minor things. It's easy to stay busy. It's harder to stay aligned. The successful don't chase activity. They chase results. They figure out what really moves the needle, and they go all in on that. Ever heard of the 80-20 rule? The Pareto principle? It says 80% of your outcomes come from just 20% of your efforts. Successful people don't just know that rule, they live by it. They ask themselves daily, what are the few key actions that actually create results? What are the priorities that will build my future? Then they pour their best time and energy into those. Here's the danger. You can spend your whole life getting better at the wrong things. You can organize, color code, hustle hard, and still feel empty. Why? Because it's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. So let me ask you right now. Do you know the difference between a task and a priority? A task is something you could do. A priority is something you must do, or the day is wasted. Successful people don't let their days get filled. They frame their days around what counts. That might mean fewer tasks, but it definitely means better ones. It's about trading shallow for deep. Trading distractions for direction. Trading reaction for intention. Your time is limited, but your focus. That's your superpower. So take a hard look at your to-do list today. Then ask, what actually matters here? What would move my life forward if I got it done today? Do less of what doesn't matter. Do more of what does. And watch your life change, not by being busy, but by being intentional. If it's not scheduled, it's not real. Here's a rule that changed everything for me. Calendar it, or forget it. The average person keeps their goals in their head. They say things like, I'll get to it. I'll try. I'll do it when I have time. But the successful? They live by a different standard. They know that what isn't scheduled, won't happen. Winners don't rely on memory. They rely on structure. Now I'm not saying you need to pack every minute of your day. But if something matters, it needs a home on your calendar. Growth doesn't happen accidentally. It happens when you make space for it on purpose. I once heard someone say, don't prioritize your schedule, schedule your priorities. That's it. That's the whole game. So let me ask you. Where on your calendar is your growth? Where's your learning time? Your health? Your deep work? Your relationships? Your quiet time? If it's not there, it's not real. It's just an idea floating around in your head. Successful people don't hope for time. They make time. They block it. Guard it. Show up for it. No matter what. Because that's what a pro does. That's what living with discipline looks like. When your calendar reflects your values, your life starts changing. You stop living by chance. You start living by choice. Here's your challenge. Open your calendar. Look at the next 7 days. Ask yourself honestly, does this schedule reflect the person I want to become? If not, change it. Not someday. Not when it's convenient. Change it now. Because when you control your calendar, you start controlling your future. And when your schedule honors your vision, your results start aligning with your potential. So remember, if it's not on the calendar, it's not a commitment. And without commitment, dreams stay dreams. Say no, to say yes. Let me tell you one of the most powerful lessons I ever learned. You can't say yes to everything and still expect to win. Sounds simple, right? But it's not. Because the world is full of noise, distractions, requests, invitations, fake urgencies. And most people, they burn out trying to please everyone and do everything. They don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they say yes to too many things that don't matter. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you're silently saying no to something essential. You're saying no to your focus. No to your health. No to your dreams. No to the quiet, focused time that builds your future. Let me say this clearly. The power to say no is the foundation of freedom. Successful people protect their time. They don't let guilt write their schedule. They don't let someone else's urgency outrank their purpose. To them, time is treasure, and they guard it like it is. Every yes has to be earned. Every yes has to serve the bigger picture. Because time, just like money, can be spent, or invested. And too many people are spending their time on stuff that gives zero return. So let me ask you, are you saying yes to what's easy, or what's essential? Sometimes the strongest thing you can say is a clear, respectful no. No to overcommitting. No to time wasters. No to stuff that pulls you off course. So you can say yes, to you. To your goals. To your calling. Now listen, saying no doesn't make you selfish. It makes you serious. Serious about your values. Serious about your vision. Serious about your future. So from now on, when something shows up on your radar, ask. Does this move me closer to the life I'm building? Or does it pull me off track? If it serves the mission, say yes, fully. If it doesn't, say no, firmly. Because every no to the wrong thing is a louder yes to the right one. Let's talk about something that's hiding in plain sight. Wasted time. Life is full of gaps. Waiting in line. Sitting in traffic. Killing time between meetings. Most people just zone out. Check their phone. Scroll for the 100th time. But successful people, they redeem that time. Here's the difference. The average person kills time. The successful grow in it. They turn dead time into development time. They don't just wait, they learn while they wait. They use those little moments to sharpen their edge. Audiobooks. Podcasts. Note apps. Reflection. They don't need more hours, they just use the hours they already have better. Let's break it down. 20 minutes a day learning something meaningful. That's 10 hours a month. 120 hours a year. That's a college course on your commute. You don't need perfection. You just need intention. Everyone gets the same 24 hours. But some people use the cracks and gaps. to build their mindset, to review goals, to fuel their growth. You're not just waiting. You're evolving, if you decide to. So here's a challenge. Keep a book in your bag. Build a podcast playlist. Use a voice note app to capture thoughts. Stack microhabits inside your waiting time. Because time is gonna pass anyway. But what you do inside that time, that's what changes your life. So stop saying, I'm just killing time. Start saying, I'm using this time to grow. Now let's talk leverage. You want to scale your success. Here's the mindset shift. Delegate. Automate. Eliminate. If you're trying to do everything yourself, you're not growing, you're surviving. Let me say this straight. Success isn't about doing more. It's about doing less of the wrong things, and more of the right ones. You only get so many hours. Not every task deserves your time, your energy, or your bandwidth. Let's break it down. Delegate. If someone else can do it 80% as well as you, let them. You're not building a life to be buried in $10 per hour tasks. You're building a vision. So share the load. Ask. Who can do this better, faster, or cheaper than me? Then empower them to do it. Successful people don't micromanage. They multiply by trusting others. Automate. We live in the age of smart tools. If you're doing the same task every week, stop and ask. Can this be automated? Reminders. Emails. Payments. Content posts. There's a system for it. Use it. The successful don't become machines. They build them. They set up systems that run, even when they're sleeping. Eliminate. Some tasks. They just need to go. Not everything deserves to be delegated. Not everything needs automation. Some things just need to disappear. Ask. If I stop doing this, would anything break? You'll be shocked how much noise lives on your to-do list. Successful people are ruthless here. Because every yes you give has a cost. And that cost is your focus. Your job isn't to carry everything. Your job is to choose what's worth carrying. So every time you look at a task, ask yourself, can I delegate it? Can I automate it? Should I eliminate it? Every hour you free up. That's a brick in the foundation of your future. Now let's land the plane. How you end the day matters just as much as how you start it. Most people slide into sleep. TV blaring. Phone glowing. Mind cluttered. They end the day in escape mode. But the successful? They finish the day with wisdom, not waste. Here's a principle. Never end the day without harvesting something from it. Every day is a classroom. Wins, mistakes, conversations, emotions, it's all trying to teach you something. But you've got to slow down long enough to listen. Before your head hits the pillow, ask. What did I do well today? What needs improvement? What did I learn about others, or about myself? That's where real growth happens, in the review. It's easy to waste your evenings. But they hold quiet power. The successful use that time to close the loop. They journal. They read. They breathe. They plan. They reflect. Because awareness sharpens action. And the sharper you are, the more powerful tomorrow becomes. Here's your reminder. You can't improve what you don't review. So make it a nightly habit. Write one insight. Set one intention. Reconnect with the person you're becoming. The day doesn't end when the work ends. The day ends when you've learned from it. That's how you rise stronger tomorrow. Last piece. Let's talk about the core of it all, discipline. If you want the honest truth about success, here it is. Discipline is the difference. Not motivation. Not inspiration. Discipline. Motivation's great to get you started. But discipline is what keeps you going, on the cold days, the slow days, the "I don't feel like it" days. Successful people don't ask, "Do I feel like it?" They say, "It's on the plan. I'm doing it." Period. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. That sounds tough, and it is. But the alternative is tougher. Because undisciplined days become unfulfilled weeks. Which become wasted months. Which build a life you didn't even mean to live. But here's the good news. Discipline compounds. Every time you follow through, even a little. You're building character. You're stacking confidence. You're gaining momentum. Discipline says, I wake up when the alarm rings. I stick to what I said I'd do. I finish what I start. I don't wait to feel ready, I lead with my mission. And guess what happens? Life starts treating you differently. Opportunities open. You get clearer. You feel stronger. You start trusting yourself again. Let me say this one last time. Discipline isn't punishment. It's a gift, for your future self. And the best part? You get a fresh chance every single morning to choose it again. Final thought, design a life worth living, one day at a time. You're not just getting through the day. You're building your future. One choice. One habit. 1 hour, at a time. So start small. But start today. Design a morning that moves you. A schedule that reflects your values. A day that respects your dreams. And if you do that, again and again, one day, you'll wake up living the life you designed on purpose. Not by accident. Not by luck. But by decision. And that is a life worth living.